there we go, back on your screens again as usual. And this Ghana month run has been quite interesting, I must say. Some very interesting conversations, and it's time for us to talk about the movie industry in Ghana. I mean, it's Ghana month, so anything goes, doesn't it? And I have one man that I quite, admire because I've watched his works a couple of times, and I've tried a couple of times as well to get him for an interview, but it's been so difficult. I don't know how. I don't even know how it's even happening here tonight. But I'm grateful. Not going to where I'm right now because see, and this is another episode of Exclusive here with me. I'll be back. And you are back, still here on Exclusive. Peter SEDUFIA is my guest. Absolutely thrilled to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
How have you been?
I've been good.
You are like how do I say? You are like an air. We literally can't see you, but I can feel you everywhere.
I don't know what that means, but I think I'm all over. Sometimes I even think I'm too all over, but I'm so shocked that.
So how has it been so difficult for us to get to here on our show?
No,
like 100 years. Like 100 years.
Well, I don't know. It's been quite easy to get me. I mean, when your producer spoke with me and he told me the whole thing, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. I mean, at the time he called me, it's just that I was not in the country. So it's like, okay, when I come back.
You were cashing out somewhere else, huh?
We hustling. I mean, that's what we all doing now. You just have to hustle and make ends meet. That's what the whole life and living it is.
Right. And how have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Just took a break from filmmaking briefly because
sorry to cut you, but then you took a break from filmmaking.
Yeah, I took a break.
Why?
When COVID struck, I think I released my last film in 2022 in March. I think March 6th, and then a week later, COVID came around and the whole cinema was shut, and so that's how my movie got suspended in the cinema until I think a year or two later when the cinemas were opened. And we went back into the cinema to do a month or I think about 6 weeks, and it was out of there. Then from that moment I was like, okay, what next for me? What next for me? Do I go back to doing the same old things I'm doing, or do I need to do something different? I think based on that, I decided to take further studies in filmmaking. So I moved to Paris to do my master's in film, where I'm still doing. Of course, I completed NAFTI, where I did film directing, and so I asked myself, the world is changing. People are asking for more to do the same things we are doing.
Right.
What are they doing differently? And so I thought it was wise to go further my education to understand things differently from what I already knew, because I can't get back to doing the same way I used to do it. I mean, the result is going to be the same. So that's why I moved to do my master's. I'm still pursuing directing as major, and then cinematography as my minor, and that has opened my eyes to so many things that I was missing, even though NAFTI trained me so well. But I realized that there was still more to learn than what we already know. And so, yeah, so that's what I've been at.
You seem to be proud of your alma mater, huh? Because you mentioned NAFTI about twice already.
Yes. I mean, I remember when I was an amateur filmmaker, I saw a lot of films. I was like, I can do better than this. I can do better than this. And when I had a chance to try the first time, I realized it was not easy. It was just cheap talk I was making. And so when I enrolled in NAFTI, I started understanding the art of filmmaking.
So you started film production before you enrolled in NAFTI?
Yes, I started doing film as an amateur because I had a love for it. When I was in primary school through GSS to even SS, I was actually writing, directing, acting for the stage. So I started from the stage. Yeah. Where those days we were doing Fan World. I was acting on stage for Fan World and National Theatre and stuff like that. So I started from the stage. And instead of pursuing something at the School of Performing Arts in the University of Ghana, I decided, let me go to NAFTI to do something film related. And so that is why I enrolled. But then I knew how to do one or two because I had read a lot of film books. Ironically, I read a lot of film books when I was not a film student than when I enrolled in school as a film student.
And what changed?
Yeah, I think because now you're beginning to practicalize what you are reading, and you're now beginning to like, okay, this is what I was reading. Oh, okay. So everything was now beginning to make sense. You understand? So there's, of course, I still read, but I was not so enthusiastic towards reading. When I find a film book that interests me, I finish it at a go, but I'm not a good reader. I don't like reading. So when I see people reading big novels, I'm like, how do you do it? It's like a torture to me. So
what was the last book you read?
I don't remember. No. Probably my assignment.
It's not really interesting. Let's take you just mentioned that you were in Paris studying, right?
Yes.
I want to believe that you might have experienced the Cannes Festival one or the other. Did you ever attend any of them?
No, I haven't attended. Funny enough, I'm so not a very social person. I don't know. It's so bad. I'm trying to change. So where people are gathered, I mean, when I hear go and network and stuff, it sounds so juicy, so nice in my ear, but I don't know how to do it. And I think it's something my wife is trying to help me out with because she's a communications person and she's trying to help me out with it. So yeah, I've had the opportunity to be at Cannes, but I couldn't make it. And so maybe this year I'm good. I've had some reasons to go there because I wanted to meet some people and people keep telling me I'll meet them at Cannes and stuff. So maybe that will be the inspiration to go to Cannes this year. So yeah, hopefully.
I stand to be corrected, but I know that your last movie that you ever did before you went to hibernation was Aloe Vera.
Yeah, that's Aloe Vera.
Right.
Yes.
And the buzz around that movie was crazy.
Yeah.
You having to acquire land, build all these wooden structures on them with the actors and actresses and all that.
Yeah.
You are smiling. I'm taking you back on. Walk me through the process. How did it even happen for you?
So with Aloe Vera, I think I remember when I finished my last film with Kofi Asamoah, that was Away Bus. I was already planning Aloe Vera. I was looking at doing a film that is so imaginary, so fictional, has nothing true to life. Although it may have true life themes that are relatable, but
it was a musical, right?
Yeah, it was a musical, and that was my first attempt at it. So I was looking at something that was like creating getting into a new world of its own. And that is why I started to do that film. I remember when we went to look for scouts for location, we went to around the Shy Hills there because there were some structures that looked like what I wanted. And then when we went to look at it, because I shot a music video there with Tanya Jete for, I think Wiala or someone, I can't remember. So I knew that place. So when we went there, I looked at it, I'm like, no, people live here. And so you're going to have a feel of people living here. And I will need to build extra structures that I'm going to be filming in. And if I'm going to build extra structures that I'm going to be filming in and people live here and there's a life here already and stuff like that, it's going to even obstruct me because there was also some quarry going on. They were breaking some rocks and the machines were on. That was going to disturb sound. And also I don't want to be shooting and someone will say, oh, I want to sleep. I want to pick this saucepan from here. It's going to be so I'm like, let me just build my own community. So we took a trip to the Volta region because we had shot Away Bus also over there. So I remember that set was. So we went to look at it and I'm like, okay, I like this place. The land is vast enough. So we have to just clear it. So I was like, okay, if you have to clear it, what do we do? We have to go and see the chiefs and everybody that is involved, assemblymen. And they said, okay, so whatever price we have to pay, we negotiated it. And they gave us the land.
So you bought, was it
No, just for short lease to just say.
So it was a short leasing period?
Yes.
For how long?
If I could say even a rent, I think supposed to be 3 months.
3 months?
Yes, 3 months. So after that, we had to bring in the caterpillars to just
grade the place
and everything. And afterwards, we started constructing it. I wanted things to be done to perfection. So I had the service of some military personnel. Of course, I'm not going to disclose identity. Yes, from their carpentry units and things, because they are very precise and they are very timely, and there's no, because we had deadlines to catch.
Yeah.
So the lead was a military officer with some of his friends and some other civilians, and then they got the things done for me according to plans, and I didn't have to stress about it.
Constructing wooden structures, a lot of them, having to furniture them, paintings and all that. demarcations because they were in two colors, the yellow and the blue, signifying two different parts of a single community as the storyline actually goes. Yeah, I've watched a couple of times, just so you know. I've watched it so many times.
Thank you
Anyways,
so much.
But then, how much money went into that? How did you even get the funds in the first place? Investments?
So there's a lot of investments that went into it. Trust me. With Aloe Vera, we spent about $230 something thousand at the time.
200 and what?
Yeah, 210, almost 240,000.
Can somebody just multiply that by 13 for me?
Yeah, man, that's today.
Yeah.
This time the dollar was
value,
not so much.
the value is 2, they say.
I think that time it was around 6 cities or something.
Yeah,
or 5 cities something. So yeah, that's what we did around that time. And I didn't have all the money. I had some, so I had to speak with people to get on board. I remember speaking to some of my Ghanaian friends, and they were willing, because some of them, when I publicized that I was starting the film, they're like, Peter, can we be part of this project because of my previous successes? So they jumped on it readily that, okay, we want to be part of it. And I remember also getting some funding from South Africa, getting some funding from France, and also getting some funding from Canal Plus. Canal Plus is also in France. So I had 2 French production houses funding. That is Charlie Darwin and then Canal Plus.
Were they expecting returns?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
They invested to get some returns from it. And that is why when the COVID hit, they were so heartbroken. But of course, they are business people. They've been doing this for long, so they know that this is how it is. So that is how it is. When a film person invests in the project, they understand how long it's going to take to realize the returns. But if a non-film person invests, they are jittery. Like, where's my money going? They don't understand the terrain of it.
Yeah,
so
quick money.
They had a time for it. And lucky enough, after the whole COVID thing subsided, we had to now get into the market. My distributor from South Africa got into the market to get buyers, and we managed to sell it to the Netflix, the RLJ from America, and a lot of other platforms. Even Canal Plus also had to buy again.
You sold them?
Yes.
To these platforms. Tell me how these online distributors or online streaming platforms work. Can you just put the movie there and have it streamed and get your earnings, or you just sell them off, like you just said? How does it work?
So Netflix doesn't. Netflix doesn't operate like YouTube, where you put your movie and people watch and you
get money from the streams.
They look at your film, they look at your production value, and like, okay, this man looks well invested in. This film looks well invested in, and this film has very good production value. Quality is good and stuff like that. Okay, what is the budget for it? You tell them the budget. Oh, how much you did? What's the numbers in the cinema? You tell them. So they look at the receptibility of the film, how people are yearning for it, and then they give you a figure. They make you an offer.
By documents.
Yes, they make you an offer. If you like it, you take it. If you don't like it, you tell them that, oh, okay, you make them a counter offer. So you have an agreement, and then that is it. You sign the deal, and they agree on the payment terms.
How much money did you make from Netflix? Don't worry, nobody's watching. Just you and I.
Oh, just because you said that, I thought people were watching. Like I was going to say, but if they are not watching, I'm not going to talk about it. So
don't do that to me.
I'm not going to mention specific figure, but because of NDA reasons. But it's in the.
Give me a range.
Yeah, it's in the.
He's counting the figures.
I mean, look, it's not a $1 million deal. That I must say.
It's good.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable because I compared it to my first film that I released, and they bought plus this Aloe Vera, they bought it for about more than 5 times more than 5 times more than what they bought for my first film.
Is it? Let's compare it to the cost of the production.
So you see, yes, no, it's not. Keteke is nowhere close to the.
Not Keteke per se. I mean, how much Netflix bought Aloe Vera? Let's compare the price they bought it with to the cost of production. How much are we looking at? Is it multiplication?
I think at the time they bought it, if I have to multiply, it's more than half of how much I spent on the film.
More than half?
Yes.
That is reasonable.
So that's at the time that or maybe close to. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think that.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're saying.
No, I think I'm confusing something, because they made us an offer for the whole world, and we told them that we have a different offer for US. which was also paying us close to how much they were offering us for the whole world.
Right.
And so we tell you they should subtract US from it. So when they subtracted US, they deducted something small. And so those things came together and the amount was quite substantial. Yeah,
So even when they are purchasing it, they actually have
yes,
territories.
yes, they can decide that Africa is. I remember KTK, they wanted to, but we told them that the rest of the world was not available. So only Africa was available. So they paid for Africa alone. And the
Because
same
you
as,
have been given to a different platform.
Exactly. So normally they'll tell you that they want exclusive for this territory. And other territories, they want non-exclusive. So if for instance, they said they want Europe exclusive, but Africa non-exclusive, that means that someone who wants Europe exclusive cannot share non-exclusive with them. So they have to take one and someone takes one. So that is how the whole thing works. But they have to pay for it. They don't. It's not like a revenue share kind of deal.
Interesting.
Like
I'm interested in how you do your casting, because one will say, listen, I was successful with Kitiki, so why don't I just automatically like channel the same cast into Aloe Vera? But here we go, different faces, different people, different storyline. How do you do your casting anyways? Can anybody just say, oh, I'm just going to run for auditions and get a part?
Oh, I think that people can walk and say they want to get a part, because
please,
normally
when is your next production?
My next production is coming up in July.
I'll walk up and try.
Yes, in July. So I often had a service of MK Cast and Marco Kwaji, and he does so well with it. So I most of the time have the main people that I want to use. If I want to use,
those are the ones you enlist yourself.
Yes, that I have the vision of that. So okay, I have these 3 people already, but the rest, can you do an audition and get them for me? And then he organizes the audition, and then
so you
gives me options. I don't do the
customer.
auditions myself.
Right.
I want to separate myself from that. I want people to see what I'm seeing, and then he gives me a list of about maybe 3 people that he thinks fits the role, and then based on that 3, I'll say, okay, I'll choose one, or I'll invite 2 people to an extra audition again, which we call callback. I'll call them back and then try out myself and then choose one from it. So that's how it is. But largely, I audition for my films. Yes.
That is interesting, because I'm asking this because I want to find out how. Because I've been told by an actress I interviewed some time back that there's not too much money in the Ghanaian industry.
Yeah.
And that they expect that, let's say, after a shoot or after a movie, at least what you are given should be able to buy you a house or a car, you know, because you can't just be walking about being on screen and sitting in trotro, getting taxed on that. At least a movie, one movie, at least, either you're playing supporting role or the main cast or whatever, they should be able to buy something significant.
Yeah.
Approximately, if you were to redo Keteke today, how much money? Let's just speculate. You don't have to give me any substantive amount of money. How much money do you think you might end up paying your lead cast per person?
Yeah, not. I think for today's Ghana, I don't think I'll pay the lead characters anything less than 30,000
US dollars.
Ghana cedis. So you see, it's not enough. Let me be honest with you. I think I was having a chat with, was it Majid or Yvonne Koro, that sometimes the monies we offer, sometimes I sit back and I'm like, this is so small, but that is how much we can afford because of the population size. When I spend so much on the film and I put it in the cinema, how many people are coming to watch it, and how much am I going to make back? So just suppose that against the money I investing in it, and that is what determines the amount you quote for people. They are not. It's so small. I don't want to sit here and pretend that we pay them so much. Otherwise, they will also be disappointed.
I know somebody out there might be a bit jittery because I mentioned the US dollars. We've heard some of our colleague actors and colleague Ghanaians who go to Nigeria say that, listen, I went there and I was paid in dollars. So I think it's better than we are being paid here in Ghana.
I mean, anybody can be paid in dollars. If I give you 20,000, it's not a matter of converting it to dollars.
Exactly, because if you pay me, if I pay me $30,000 and on the same road, somebody else pay me 30,000 Ghana cedis, you know, it's not same.
Yes, and so this is what is happening. Someone will charge you that, I want you to pay me $3,000.
Right.
And then you say we pay in Ghana cedis. So it's just a matter of you converting the dollars into cedis and say, okay, it has ended me at 40,000. And you say, I'll pay you 40,000. You paid in cities, but it's used a dollar conversion because the person said I'm charging 3,000 or I'm charging 5,000, and you converted it to cities to pay the person because you don't have a foreign currency.
Right.
And so, if someone, I doubt that Nigeria. I strongly doubt that people in Nigeria pay in dollars. I don't think so. I think that you may just quote in dollars, but they'll give you in naira. I strongly doubt that.
Equivalent to naira.
Exactly. I don't think that Nigerian producers will pay in dollars.
Right.
Yes.
You know what? Just don't go nowhere. I'm still here with Peter SEDUFIA. I mean, he is, how do I call him? His productions, not too much of a rush, takes his time and releases them one after the other. Kitiki was a beautiful production. Aloe Vera was another. He tells me in July there is another production. I want to know more about that after this break. Stay with me here on Exclusive. I'll be back. And yes, we're still here, and I'm excited to still be sitting here with a man, Peter SEDUFIA. If you've watched Kitiki, you know who he is. If you've watched Aloe Vera, you know, the film with the blue and yellow patterns of houses was shot right here in Ghana. If I was not to be a Ghanaian, right, and I'm watching Aloe Vera, I'll be wondering where the production is from. Maybe I might be thinking of a South African Soweto type of movie. Because of the setup, you know, one way or the other, why the storyline? Because I was arguing with a colleague that he says he feels it's more of like a Romeo and Juliet type of storyline, you know, told in different setting and all that. Tell me the context and the concept of that movie.
It's a story of a universal theme of
Childhood love.
Childhood love, theme of discrimination and theme of conflict, you know, border conflict and even tribal conflict and things like that. That is what it is. And so it just happens that Romeo and Juliet happened to be one of the films that highlighted that early enough. To be honest, now when I started making this film, when I started promoting it, and people started mentioning Romeo and Juliet, I was like, okay.
Oh, you also got that?
Well, yeah, no, I get it a lot. I mean, every time I get, sometimes like, oh, okay, well, that's good to hear.
But did you have that in mind when you were creating the movie?
I have never ever watched Romeo and Juliet before.
Not say you've read the book.
No, so it's no.
You haven't read the book.
No, I'm being honest with you. So wow. What I have watched has been Romeo and Juliet.
What was that?
Romeo, it's an animation.
Romeo and Juliet.
Juliet, yeah.
Okay.
Romeo and Juliet. So it also has those colors and stuff. So I got some inspiration from the color scheme from that space. And I had watched this film also from South Africa, Kanye Kanye.
Kanye Kanye.
Yes, it's a short film where they made use of they also had a border, like they had some stones on the floor as a borderline. And I took that inspiration also from there, and I thought, oh, that's a very good thing, like creating a divide with a line, or
right,
with some stones. But I decided to use a rope to create a line. So this film was inspired by other works of art, but importantly, I thought of it also as the aloe vera plant being a very medicinal plant that heals a lot of sicknesses and even wounds.
Yeah.
And it's been the kind of unity we should have, the kind of peace we should have, the kind of oneness we should have. And once we are united, there's a lot of things we can do positively.
Definitely.
But once we are divided, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So if you take the aloe vera plant that is green, which is united in colors, and you divide it into two colors, you have yellow and blue. You know that when you mix yellow with blue, you get green.
You get green, yeah.
Exactly. And so I decided to separate it to see what happens. So I separated the
that's
green.
Why the ending, when they went through the structure, they came out as green. No.
Exactly. So I separated that, okay, when we separate these colors as yellow and blue, there's this conflict. And there's never peace. They are always fighting each other. There's chaos. There's animosity. So in the end, when they decided to unite and become one, they joined the yellow and green, yellow and blue, and it ended up being the green, which was the aloe vera. And that is what I was just trying to preach with the film. But I was trying to make it more of a story that does not relate to anybody, that someone is going to feel offended that I'm trying to attack them or otherwise. And that is why I tried to create my own world and tell the story out of it.
Do you still have the structures on the land? Are they still there?
They should be there.
They should be there.
Yeah, because
you don't have
we
an idea about them. Whether they are
no.
still,
So when we are
no.
done, I mean the chiefs and the assemblymen said we should give it to them to build a library.
Hey, no.
Yes. So we
See.
thought that was a very good idea, and we gave it to them to build for their library project. The important thing is that
did you see it being turned into a library? Did you witness this?
It was not part of my mission to say I'm starting a library in this community. I was going to break it down.
Not you per se, but once they said they wanted to change it into a library, did you actually make sure that was exactly what they were using it for?
To be honest, there were so many things I had to focus on than chasing them to. I wanted to destroy the structure. You said you want to use it for library. I left it for you. I think that if they leave it to deteriorate, that is also up to them.
How many structures were built on the land?
I think over 50.
Over 50?
Yes. We were supposed to build more than that, but I think that we ran into a financial crisis and we had to just slow down.
Over 50 wooden structures. Yes. And I don't think they're going to turn all those structures into a library.
So there's some of them that were complete and some of them were not complete. So you see, even if you go to the concept of constructing a set, even in Hollywood or Bollywood or anywhere, it's like you give it the front view, and then the side view. So people pretend to be entering a room and things like that, but in there it's just so hollow, nothing is there. If the back is so empty, nothing, it's not covered. So it's just a three wall something. With the fourth wall is off. You just arrange the props in places that people will see and stuff like that. Then there is something we call the hot set, the active set, the live set, where we actually build
the main characters.
Yes, where we will set it up with the four walls and things like that. Even that one, the fourth wall was detachable, where we can detach and place our cameras and things like that. But when we are coming to film towards it, then we close it and then put the camera somewhere and we open that side and close. So it was so those active sets were about 10 or something, but the rest were just make believes.
Right. If we should ever be given the opportunity to collaborate with any Ghanaian producer, who's it going to be?
You're going to Kofi Asama.
Give me. Oh, that was really quick.
Yeah, Kofi Asama.
Give me three names. Let's make it a bit difficult for you. Give me three, because I know you've already worked with Kofi Asama on a way back, like you mentioned.
Yes.
But give me three names. Three names. Or let's say your top three Ghanaian producers. Forgive me, I'll put you on a hot spot. But
no, that's okay. Top three. I mean, there are amazing filmmakers in Ghana.
Politics.
There are amazing filmmakers in Ghana here.
No politics here. Give me top three.
No, I think that there are people that started this, and some of us are just working in it. So they've created the road.
Peter, for now, as we speak, those who started, they are dead. They are gone.
Oh, they are alive.
As we
they are
speak,
still alive.
Listen, as we speak, okay, your top three Ghanaian producers. Let's just say Kofi Asama is number one. The two spots. Should I mention names? If he yes to say, if no, you say no.
You can mention it.
Shelley Fipomaso.
Oh, Shelley is a great
Come on, so why are you making me struggle? You know them. Call their names.
It's because I have I think all my colleague film producers are great. They are so talented. So it's just that see, the thing is that being talented and being great cannot be equated to having the resources.
How about Lewin?
Lewin is amazing.
Is he part of your top three?
He's an amazing.
Is he part of your top three?
He's an amazing film producer.
Is he part of your top three?
I'm not even mentioning a top. I'm not giving you a top three.
No, because you didn't mention them.
I'm not giving. That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
I told you that
the list is more than a top three. It's more than a top
Peter,
three.
You were bold enough to say yes to Shelley when I mentioned it.
No, I said Shelley is an amazing. No, that does not mean that I put her even at the top one or top two. She's an amazing person. She's at the top there.
Leeway wouldn't make your top three.
That's what I'm saying. That I don't even have.
Okay.
I have a
very
I have brilliant filmmakers, and so I don't want to even. You see, that's what I'm saying. That
but I give you the opportunity to mention their names.
Yes, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
And I threw my name.
That's what I'm saying. That you see, we're starting a movement.
Movement for change.
Movement for change in the film space.
Okay.
And I don't want the new ones to also feel that they are not trying enough. There are people that have set the path for us to follow. Shelley is one of them. Concern is great. Ivan Kwashiga, amazing. These are people that we learn from. So these people,
I
even
only needed- listen,
putting them at the top 3.
I only needed just 3 names, not
No,
not
I'm
necessarily
just saying
top
that.
3,
I'm
but
just
I
saying
only
that.
needed 3 names.
You see, if
that you want to
putting
work
them
with.
at the top 3, they may even come in themselves and say, "Oh, Peter, you shouldn't have put us there because we have contributed. We have contributed our quota." And
Is that
then,
sarcasm?
and then, no. They can come here and say, "Peter, you shouldn't have put us there because we've contributed we've done our part and we are moving. So you should have looked at the younger ones to encourage them."
They will tell you that.
Oh no, I mean, they will tell me that I should have looked at the younger because they know that they've done their best and we still celebrate them. So for them, they've reached a legendary status, a celebratory status that sometimes these conversations, they don't even have to come into it because they pay their dues. They are beyond even trying to compare to anything and put them in top 3. They've cemented their grounds. You get my point? That's what I'm saying, that the new ones are the ones that we are looking at, and they are even the ones encouraging us to come out of wherever we are hiding and be there. So sometimes they would even not want their names to be mentioned in some of these conversations because they think that it is time to focus on the new one. That's why it was difficult for me to say.
Right.
But there are amazing filmmakers in Ghana.
Amazing. Let me borrow James Gardner's word. Amazing submission. You know what? Let me take it back to NAFTI. Yeah, I know how big you are celebrated there.
Yeah.
First of all, before we even go like into what exactly it looks like on the campus and all that, what's the connection between yourself and NAFTI?
We are so connected. I mean, for now,
take a deep breath and answer the question.
NAFTI is a home to me.
Right.
A home to me. I mean, they welcome me anytime I'm there. I remember when the new rector, the acting rector was chosen, Mrs. Ramatudazi. I went there to congratulate her, even without pre-booking any appointment. But when they were going to have a staff meeting,
it's a left status.
When I was it's not even a it's the way I related with them. When they were going to have a staff meeting, but she said, "Oh, they should give her a minute," and she welcomed me, and we had conversations, and other staff members also poured in, and they're like, "Hey, Peter, is this you?" And they were like, "Oh, if I finish, I have to come and teach her. If I don't come," she said, "If I don't come, she'll come and drag me herself and stuff like that." And that is the relationship we have. To be honest with you, that's the relationship we have. And when they see me, they are so happy. A lot of the PhD that have been written by NAFTI professors now and things like that, I've contributed hugely to their PhD. Not because I have written anything for them, but because I've been interviewed by almost all of the staff for their PhD because of my film Keteke and because of my other film Aloe Vera, because most of their theses are about film because they are in film institution and stuff. So that is how close we are, that we are able to have conversations beyond just the NAFTI environment, but other things. And they call me sometimes to check on me, how I'm doing, how's my project doing, and stuff like that. And that is the relationship I have with NAFTI.
They love you.
Yes.
Your picture is even there.
Yes, I know.
I
posted something on Facebook, and they captured it and made it a quote and put my picture on it and put in their editing studio. And yeah, but it's amazing. Sometimes you see, these things are heartwarming. I mean, I don't take them for granted, because one day pretense is just a killer of dreams. Once I feel that I'm celebrated over there, I'm not going to pretend that I also don't care about them. So that means that anytime they call me, I'm going to be there because they value me. But if I don't feel welcome in a space, trust me, I'm not going to step foot there. There's nothing that you do to convince me to step foot there. I'm beyond trying to entice or induce and stuff like that. But those little gestures, it's not monetary. They've not bought me a house, but those little things make you feel like they are trying to extend your ideologies, your thinking to the other ones, your colleagues that are behind you, and it's very, very heartwarming.
If they should give you an opportunity to be a lecturer there, would you do it?
Maybe part-time, yeah. I mean, I'm going.
Yeah, he's too busy. The bank is full.
No. I think that we all cannot be in the classroom teaching people to make films. Some of us need to learn how to make films and go and make films.
Right.
Because if you all end up in the classroom, who is going to be making films with the knowledge the school gave us? So some of us need to be there to be showing to the world what we have learned from that institution. Then it will inspire them also to go back into that institution to learn. That is why I'm saying so. Do you get my point?
Peter, as a Ghanaian and also as a producer, have we told properly the Ghanaian story?
I always come off controversial about this. Why do you have to tell Ghanaian stories? Why? Like, why do you think we should tell Ghanaian stories?
You don't think we have to tell Ghanaian stories?
We should tell Ghanaian story, but I don't think that anybody is obliged to tell a Ghanaian story as a filmmaker. That's what I keep saying, that a filmmaker is also a business person. That's why we call it film business. At the end of the day, I'm going to put in money. And so I'm looking at a subject matter that is going to sell for me to make my money back.
And you don't believe telling the Ghanaian story will give you money? There was a debate some time ago on Twitter as to why we don't have a Kwame Nkrumah biopic or a Kwame Nkrumah story out there.
Okay.
As to why Aikoti, you know,
let me ask you
Muhammad, what's the name? The one of this boxer. Oh, Azuma Nelson. Yes. Why don't we have biopic? Just last week, I was watching one biopic about this American boxer who actually came back into boxing after 10, 40 years and losing his money and all that, and he came back. It's on Netflix. You should just check it out.
Okay.
I think he had a fight. His only fight that he lost was with Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Foreman, thank you so much.
Just
Foreman. I mean, the only fight that he lost was with Muhammad Ali. You know, one of the greatest boxers of all time. He came back because he needed money. You know, and they've captured the story in a way that you watch and want to watch it again.
Yeah.
It tells you the story behind how they've even built their sports and all that.
Yeah.
But here in Ghana, we don't have that. They're still making money off it. I mean, it's a big movie. The premiere was huge.
Okay.
Netflix is cashing out as well.
Yes. So
what is happening to ours?
So let me ask you something. If you have rice in front of you, a bowl of rice in front of you.
Don't do this.
No, wait, hold on. And I bring you another bowl of rice, and then another bowl which is fufu. Which of them are you going to pick?
But why do you compare fufu to rice?
No.
What kind of?
So you have a bowl of fufu in front of you.
No, let's go back to rice.
Okay.
What are you trying to say?
And then I bring you rice and fufu. Would you choose? Which one would you choose?
I'll still go for fufu.
You go for fufu?
Yeah.
Why didn't you go for the rice?
I think it's preference.
No, you're eating rice, and I brought you another bowl of rice, and then another bowl of fufu.
No, now you change the question.
No, that's what I asked. Maybe I didn't come clear.
I'll go for
you have rice. You have rice in front of you, and I brought you another bowl of rice, and then I also have fufu here. Which yam. Fufu is maybe it's confusing. So yam here. Which one would you go for?
So I think for a taste, for the sake of my taste bad, wanting to taste variety, I might end up taking the yam because I've already eaten rice.
Great. So that is the thing about telling stories that are indigenous. And I'm not saying there's not something wrong with it.
What does it mean? The story
it only means that a lot of people have gone through a lot. They know a lot of things by heart. Like, I'm already used to this story, so why are you telling me this story again?
Is that the solution?
That is how it's...
You don't think those who tell the story of Muhammad Ali, you know the story already? You don't think those who tell the story of Mike Tyson know the story already?
They have a certain inspiration that someone is backing them with money to do. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They have some inspiration.
So the conversation goes back to having investment.
Exactly.
On the work.
So if someone comes to me right now and says, "Oh, Peter, I just want to make some movie about Azuma Nelson, and I want to just tell a story." I think I got a call recently from some people. They want to tell a story of their CEO. They want to make it a film because his life story is interesting.
A Ghanaian company?
Yes, a Ghanaian company. I'm not going to mention. We are still in conversation. And then I asked them that, what is the finance plan? Are you financing your company? Say we are financing it and blah blah. You just need to come and listen to the story and write your script. That is a story of a successful person. But I'm not going to lose at the end of it.
Right.
Someone is funding it, and that's why I keep saying that the moment you are investing your money, you want to make back the money. But if you are telling people the story that they know already, the enthusiasm towards it is not going to be as much as people get an escapist film. Everybody is looking for an escapist film that will just take them to a new world altogether.
Yeah.
That is what people are looking for.
I like a lot of these they have a word for it, fictional.
Yes.
And also more of the is it sci-fi? Sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, right?
Sci-fi, like
sci-fi.
Yes,
Thank you. More of the sci-fi movies.
Yes.
And more of the. But now I've grown to love something. Come on, please don't come out at me. I'm going to say that nobody should come after me. After watching Anikulapo, which is also on Netflix, it has regenerated or rejuvenated my love for African movies.
Yes.
You know,
I
because
mean,
it's really authentic.
So being authentic doesn't also mean we should tell stories that people already know. Because if I'm going to tell you the story that you've heard about already, it's going to be boring. So people fictionalize it, they add their own twists and things to it, and try to add things that didn't happen actually. The real happening was not part of it, and just to at least give you a certain fresh perspective to the whole thing. Even the story about Mandela, was a long walk to freedom. A lot of other things were fictionalized. It's not exactly what happened.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yes, that's his life story, but some things were fictionalized for entertainment. Yes, for entertainment purposes and for sensation. So that's what I'm trying to say, that someone must be willing to take that risk. But if I'm not willing to take that risk to say I want to tell a Kwame Nkrumah story, I don't think anyone should begrudge me for not doing that, because at the end of the day, it's my money. I'm choosing the kind of film to make with it. If you feel,
but isn't it? I also feel like as Ghanaians, we own ourselves certain level and type of responsibility, you know, to help the world know who we are, where we are coming from, and where we are going.
Yeah, that is why when they dress in the traditional ways. I don't take them to America to go and film a Ghanaian story. They wear traditional ways. They wear Ghanaian clothes. They have Ghanaian names and things like that. That is also selling the country.
Right.
So there are many ways to do it, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, the producer has two things when he's called on to be on a project: money in, money out. These are the two things the producer is concerned about: money in, money out. So once you are looking for the money to put in, you have to make sure the money comes out. And so if you are going to invest in a project that is not going to be financially rewarding, it may be satisfying. People will be like, oh, this story was so indigenous or so African and thing. And when you go to the silver bed, the box office will expose you. You see, and that is the challenge that people don't understand. That if I'm here today and then people think I should tell a story about Ghana, and the Ghanaian government is even willing to tell a story to change a certain narrative about Ghana to the outside world, they should be able to give me money and say, Peter, make this story for us. And I know that I have nothing to lose, so I'll take my time and do it to depict the kind of Ghana they want.
But why is the one we have the Hollywoods and the other industries create movies that almost have like an African root and all that? It still sells. Woman King, it sold. It sold.
Okay, so
we've had a lot of films created on the story of Africa. And it still went viral and sold.
But it's sold in Africa.
Isn't it about marketing?
But in Africa, do you know the performance in the African cinemas? I don't think it's as much as even Black Panther. Black Panther is a very imaginary world that they said is set in Africa. But that world doesn't even exist in Africa. But look at the patronage. Look at the numbers that went to the cinema to watch it. That is what I'm trying to make you understand, that they are trying to use the concept of African story, but fictionalizing it to get your interest. Woman King apparently is a true story, but the patronage was not as huge as Black Panther. And some of these stories that we call indigenous films and stuff like that, they can only be so good in our country. When you go outside the country, a lot of people don't even know about this history that we are talking about. So who are we selling it to? And a lot of people that pay to get our movies are even foreigners, because our Ghanaian people, like I keep saying, a lot of people in Ghana want to watch film, but they don't understand the business of film. They don't understand that the people that are making film put money into the project and they want the money back. And so they either don't give you the money to make the film, or they don't show up in their numbers to support it and things like that. But when you make a film that is drawing the country back, like those war-torn films, like, for instance, the first film that was produced from Ghana on Netflix, you know, Beast of No Nation. It's a very beautiful film. But look at the subject matter. A lot of the films that have gone outside Ghana to do so well, watch them and see. A lot of films that have moved from Africa to do well in Western world, look at them and see. Hotel Rwanda, Blood Diamond. The crop side of Africa is what sells out there. If you do anything beautiful, very empowering Africa, very empowering Ghana, beautiful Ghana and things like that, they're going to tell you it's a lie, because that's not the Africa they know. Our slave masters will tell you that's not the Africa that we left behind. So you're lying to us. And so you're also looking at the people that you are going to be making that authentic film for. They're not going to patronize it as much as you expect, because they know the story.
Right.
They want something different, something new to enjoy. The people that are going to also patronize because they don't know the story, which are the outside people, they also want a certain kind of narrative that is going to reinforce their perception about your country. And so you are torn between, do I want to just promote my country, or I also want to make money? Because at the end of the day, if you promote your country for 20 years, and you hit 60 and you are sick and you're in your bed, you are going to be begging for money to heal yourself.
I want to go for a very quick break here. I'm here with Peter SEDUFIA, and here on exclusive. We're still here on exclusive. It's not time for words, games, and my man. Can I have it? As always. Thank you. There we go. You know what is in here?
No, probably that's the Pandora box, right?
Everyone might be fufu in there. Okay, so we have 5 questions here. Okay, and it's called 5 in 5. You have to choose these questions yourself, read them out, and answer them. Okay, no, you have time to be a bit expressive, but very quick, not too much of time. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with the first one. Let's see. Let's go. Okay. Oh, the deep breath, huh? What do you have on there?
What's the weirdest talent you have?
Weird, like something bizarre.
Yeah, something bizarre. No, I have a bizarre.
Something bizarre.
I don't know.
Can you hear yourself snore when you sleep?
Oh yeah.
You can hear yourself snore when you sleep.
Yes.
Who does that?
Yeah. When I'm tired and I get to sleep, I briefly hear myself snore and then I wake up.
Then you are doing a lot.
Yes, and sometimes when I even dream, I know I'm dreaming, and I tell myself to wake up.
How is that?
I don't know.
Maybe you sometimes feel like you feel like you are peeing, and if you don't take care.
Yeah, that when I was a bit young.
The better will be.
When I was a bit young. When something's about to, like, I'm about to be strangled or something, like strangled by something or killed by someone, or then I'm like, no, it's a dream, it's a dream. So I'm forcing myself to wake up, and then I finally wake up.
Goes. Okay, put it back in them. Yeah. Okay.
What if I pick it again?
You wouldn't, trust me. What's the next thing you have there?
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in public? I'm not a public person, so I don't know.
Maybe in class. Maybe at the restaurant. Maybe in school on campus. What happened to you? I like that. The expression, huh?
But that was not public. I think what I'm about to talk about was not public.
Okay,
I think
what did it happen?
I think when I was in secondary school. There was
class?
No. There was this girl that I was interested in. I've been interested in for so long. And yeah, I hope she's not
she said no. She said no to you.
And one of my friends came to tell me that, oh, this girl that said you're interested in and blah blah. This guy has gone to ask her out and blah blah. She said you're nothing to him, to her, and blah 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 blah. And later I found out that it was a lie. So I was like, hey, then I have to look sharp before it happens. So I went to say it, and then she said no. I remember that day. I walked with her to the girls' dorm. I was almost entering the girls' dorm before people prompted, hey, Peter, it's okay. And I went to my dormitory. When I went to the dormitory, I slept on the bed. I woke up the next morning, my shoe and my uniform, everything that I was with was still on me.
Why? How?
Exactly how? That is how my day ended.
You don't know?
Everything. I went to bed with that and I woke up with my uniform and everything, the shoe, everything, nothing was
After she said no to you?
I was so confused.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't want to relive this. Are you guys still in talks?
We chat. Oh, she's married now. I think she has kids. I'm also married with kids. And so.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3 kids. Yeah. How old is the oldest?
Okay, so the oldest will be 5 in May, 19th May.
Okay, and the youngest?
17th May. The second will be also 3 years, 17th May. And the youngest was just born 2 weeks ago.
He's been working. Put it back in, and take another one.
You know, I'm a production man, so
you're producing.
If you produce small film, then you're going to produce other things. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life,
food, the cooked one. Okay, don't think too much. Food, the cooked one, the one that was actually going on fire.
Okay.
Yeah, don't think.
But why you think?
Is there any other food? No, yes, you're a production man, so you produce and go and do other productions. You know,
but so you can produce it on the farm, so it's you know something you want to tell me. You have to answer this question.
No, you have to. I know you have to answer it. Tell me a particular food.
Food, I think that I would.
It could be beans, gobe.
No. Beans is not something I can eat for long. But maybe the traditional rice.
What do you mean by traditional rice?
I mean rice. Rice is like a staple food.
Rice and stew?
Yeah, rice and stew. But the stew has to be changing small.
Okay. But
maybe sometimes it's a
the
little
main dish
pep.
has to be rice.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken black rice?
No, I'm taking brown rice.
Black rice. Mine or mine. At first I thought it was like wache, but it's like a proper grown black rice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really black. Are you sure it's not cold that they've mixed it with
really?
Charcoal?
I'll take it to your place.
It said 3.
I said 5, Peter. You've done 2.
I've done 3.
You've done 2. Okay, you've done 3. You've done 3, yes.
Dark or light skin for what? For film? For partner?
Women, I mean.
No, but you know, strangely about me, like there are a lot of things I don't care about. Like I remember my wife. I was like, I just like it beautiful. That's all.
Is she dark or light skin?
She's chocolate.
In between, huh?
Yes, because I don't care about her.
You like them chocolate, huh? A glass of chocolate milk.
No, that's what I'm saying. That I don't care whether it's dark, fair, chocolate, whether you give birth, you don't give birth, whether you like that's for me. There are a lot of things I don't care about.
Okay, the next one, please. This is the 4th one. Read it. Why quiet?
Favorite vacation spot?
Yes,
that's
it could be party.
No, I'm not a party person. I'm not a travel freak. I don't like traveling. Like I'm being honest with you. Last time I even posted on my social media when I even have to cancel a trip the eve of the because I just don't like traveling.
Why?
I don't know.
You get scared of the roads or the flight?
Yeah, that's also another. I have a phobia for staying in flight and the turbulence and things. They just get me crazy, and so I don't have a favorite spot. Maybe my bedroom.
Not to mean Kita.
My bedroom.
Definitely, it will be your bedroom.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Bedroom. Unless my wife forces me that let's go somewhere, then that one. Yeah. No, she's the opposite of me. She's a travel freak. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes. My wife can be in bed and she's sick. Come and go here. She'll say, no, let's do this. No. Maybe let's fly to her. Okay, when is the tickets happening? This is
that one you go because when you go.
Yeah. That's my wife. She's like that.
Okay.
She likes to travel, and I'm also the opposite of it. So, but she's helping me. So that's the thing. I think that I need to open up myself before I die, and I'll die not doing anything, not going anywhere, not seeing things.
Before you die.
Like I've been in Paris for 2 years, but I've not been to anywhere.
And I'm wondering, how can you be in Paris and not go to Cannes Festival?
So you are in Africa, you're in Ghana, and like, I want to go to Paris, I want to go, but you are there and nothing. It's only December that I went to Germany to visit a friend. Even that one because they promised me a Ghanaian food, and I was like, let me go and eat.
Champs-Élysées.
And my wife and kids came to visit me in Paris before I was able to even go to the Eiffel Tower.
Why?
Because they wanted to go. So that's to tell you that I'm okay. Like when you want to punish me, don't say you are locking me up in a room. You're doing me a favor.
Peter, thank you so much. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And I've been here with a man, Peter SEDUFIA. He likes to be indoors, but I like to do other productions.
Yeah. And writing. When I'm indoors, I'm being creative. In so many ways.
When you are indoors, you're being creative.
Yes, in so many ways.
At what times are you being creative?
Anytime.
Have a good night. Have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. I am Brighton Uncle 7. Bye-bye.